That is music from Justin Townes Earl. The track is Look the Other Way. Right before that, going back to 1969, The Ovations, a song written by Dan Penn and Spooner Oldham, track called I'm Living Good. And Slim Dunlap starting off the set, the title track to his 1996 solo release, Times Like This, here on the afternoon show. Kevin Cole with you down in the performance space, along with Patterson Hood and Mike Cooley from Drive-By Truckers, playing tonight at Showbox Soto along with Shovels and Rope. Welcome back to KEXP. It's great having you guys here.
It's really great to be here, yeah.
I think you hold the distinction of being the band, Drive-By Truckers, who have played the most on KEXP of any other band.
You all hold the distinction of being the radio station in the world that has played the Drive-By Truckers the most, too. So it goes both ways.
Well, thank you.
We love y'all.
We feel the same way and love the new record, English Oceans, and we can chat about that a bit in a sec, but how about a couple songs first?
Okay. 2, 3, 4. The old man's out by the swimming pool. He goes there to think. He talks on the phone sometimes. Hardly mentions a thing. Says he needed it for his knees. He used to swim back in school. Graduated in 84. Quit drinking in 92. Call her basket case for going on like she did. The only girl of the foreman's wife, she'd never let him forget. It comes to women and they survive, but when the same comes to men, someone comes for their baby, something dies there and then. Gravel in parking lots, looking tough on the wood. The girl is plain as a primal code, leaves nothing misunderstood. Her mother and I grew trembling lips, a steady hand on his own. The future of every rebel cause, when all the fighting is gone. Marrying in the fall, but everything will be fine, 'cause Mama's planning the wedding and Daddy's planning on crying. She's slipping out of her apron string, best leave him be. He's staring through his own tail lights, gathering speed.
one called The Part of Him.
It's Drive-By Truckers Live on the afternoon show, KEXP.
Wingnut raised and corn fed, teabags dragging on the chamber floor. He did what he had to do to get Southern boys to vote for you and leave your name hanging at the door. But he must have said some things that made them think that he was strange, made them wonder if he was one of them. They called him out and questioned him, but he wouldn't make amends, so they had to reel the poor boy in. Absolute piece of it, to tell the truth, but he never told the truth to me. Never told the truth to you, don't think he ever set out to. He was indifferent to honesty. His positions were preordained to help conceal his vast disdain for anything that lessened his appeal. His integrity was phoning in, totally Nixonian, honing in the art of making deals. Piece of work, more or less a total jerk. His own mama called him an SOP. Never worked an honest day, just kissed up to a better way to sell the cow that you could get for free. When he got out of line, they snatched him up from behind and put him in a box with fancy trim. They rolled him out for all to see, his rendezvous with destiny. Now someone else will play the part of him. 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 Someone else will play the part of him.
Patterson Hood, Mike Cooley, Drive-By Truckers Live on the afternoon show here on KEXP, playing tonight at Showbox Soda with Shovels and Rope. Two songs there from the new album, The Part of Him and Primer Coat. That last song, Patterson, is that about anybody specifically, or just kind of a statement in general about politicians?
You know how you can think back on when you were in high school and the people who were really just kind of the different roles people played,
right.
And then you can, visit high schools at any year afterwards, and there's just different people playing the same roles. It's kind of the political version of that.
Yeah.
It's how interchangeable, Sarah Palin is with Michelle Bachmann.
Right.
They're someone else is playing the same part.
Absolutely. So, one, it's great to have you guys here again, and you're back out on the road. This is the front end of the tour, right? You're going down the West Coast tomorrow in Portland, I think at the Roseland, then down to California, then across to kind of New Orleans.
We've been on the road for about a week, but we've only played 4 shows. You do a lot of driving out this way.
That is true. So the new album sounds fantastic, and there was a little time between the new album and the album before, Go-Go Boots, and tell me about what's happened in that time and kind of the state of the Drive-By Truckers right now.
Yeah, it's been great. We basically got on this roller coaster ride around '98 and of putting out an album every 1 to 2 years and touring extensively behind every one of them. And by then the last 2 records we put out were made at the same time and then put out a year apart, and it was just like 3 years of nonstop touring with all of that, and we had to have some time. I think we just really kind of hit the wall.
Did you sort of force yourself to do that? Did you come to a realization, because you guys just had been kind of in the long haul? I mean, just like you mentioned, nonstop, putting out albums, touring, that cycle.
Yeah, it's just you get in that cycle, and it's just kind of what you do, and and all of a sudden you realize one day, wow, this is all we've been doing for 12 years or however many years, and then it was kind of like also the economic end of it, because we make our living touring, and so actually, we had to really plan in order to be in a position to kind of take a little bit more time off, and
yeah, we still played. We just didn't tour like crazy road dogs.
Yeah.
and you both did solo albums during that time.
Right. And just, it gave us a chance to kind of, really, really to miss it. I missed missing it. And and it's like,
really.
if you don't ever leave, no one's going to miss you.
Right.
And so to have a chance to kind of miss it and and really take some time with coming up with the songs for this record, I think really paid off, and just the general state of the band. The band's in a really good place now. Everybody's pretty re-energized, and the lineup is just smoking good right now, and it's really a lot of fun. This is actually the most fun I think I've ever had doing this.
That's good. Well, a little perspective can help on that, right? Just taking some time off. Was there ever a point where you considered quitting? Like, did you ever think the band might break up?
Not really.
No.
Not really.
I sure didn't want to. I mean, there were times when I wondered if it was just over, but then we kind of figured out that it wasn't. It's just, let's
I was
keep
to
doing
the point
this.
of wondering if I wanted to keep doing it or not. That's when I knew we needed to back off. It's like, I don't want to feel that way.
Yeah. I'm sure it takes a toll.
I don't like my options.
Yeah. So then the option of playing back together again emerged, right? How did that take place? Because you guys don't live in the same city, right?
No.
Yeah, so did you just start writing songs and kind of tweeting each other like, hey, I got a good new one? Or
kind of. I don't tweet. That's, but
yeah.
If I got a tweet from Cooley, I probably would have to go to the hospital.
Yeah,
I'd be like, it's a big one, Elizabeth.
We are able to use some of this technology to send demos to each other.
We actually talk on the phone once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
But,
Nice. So then, I wanted to ask you a question as well, because in between that time, you guys reissued an album that Patterson, you've said, has been really dear to you, the live album from 2000, Alabama Ass Whoopin'. which title alone is, pretty endearing.
It's pretty descriptive of the record itself. It's weird because that record, it came out in 2000, and it's been out of print for years and years and years. And I never really liked the way it sounded, and so I never really pursued, and the tapes were missing, so we didn't really pursue repressing them, and people were selling them on eBay for crazy amounts of money, and I'm like, God, don't do that, but the tapes turned up, and when we actually got the tapes that we found were the mixes, the half-inch mixes, and when we loaded them up just to kind of see what we had and where it stood, we couldn't believe how much better it sounded than the record we put out. And mastering's come a long way since then, and we didn't really have much money when we mastered it to
the first time around.
Right. So and we couldn't believe it, so it was like, well, God, let's put this out, and so we got Greg Calby to master it, and and so we're really happy with finally getting to put it out correctly.
So revisiting that record, did that inform how you approach the new album at all?
It did for me.
Not too much for me. It brought a smile to my face. I hadn't heard it in, probably since it came out. I forgot it even existed, really. And listening to it again was fun. It's not, sometimes things early in your development can be cringeworthy, but I smiled when I heard that. I was like, wow, a lot of energy.
I did too. I think I hopefully sing and play a whole lot better than I did then. We're in a lot of ways a different band, even though 3 of the members on that record are still with us. It's me and Cooley and Brad, that have been at it all this time, and but there was an energy about it, and just a kind of over the topness about it that was really endearing. It was our punk rock record.
That was a 4-piece band too. That was before we ever added a third guitar. People forget sometimes that we weren't always that way.
Yeah. Well, part of the reason I asked is, Mike, you said that like at the end, back 3 years ago or whenever, that it kind of wasn't as fun as anymore. Right, and I was thinking maybe revisiting that record, a period when, maybe you didn't play quite as well, but you had a certain spirit and quality was reinvigorating or
I know, and I would still look forward to going out and play when we had shows. We had backed off enough, I would be ready to go home again, but even during all this time, I would look forward to having a long weekend to go out with the band and play a little bit.
You never had that fear that... man, if I take a step back, I might just not want to get back in the truck.
Yeah, in the car. I've never felt that way, really.
Yeah. So you guys have known each other for ages, way before Drive-By Truckers formed, and on the new album, there's a song that Mike sings on one of your songs, Patterson, for the first time, and that kind of surprised me to read that hadn't happened. That surprised
me too, because I didn't find out about it until the day after I sung it.
Well, how did that happen?
You're asking me? I really woke up in the hotel going, did I have a dream that I...
It needed to happen. The song just suited his voice better. And just the key, everything about that, the actual tone of the song, and the harmony's kind of in my sweet spot. And so him singing the lead enabled me to get to sing harmony, which I actually enjoyed doing more anyway. So it kind of worked out great. I was pretty thrilled when he was willing to do it. But it's it's just something we'd never done before. But
may never do it again. But.
Yeah. Is it, Mike? Is it weird to sing lead on a song like lyrics you didn't write?
It's harder for me to memorize them. Really, it's why I don't do a lot of covers. Though it's hard enough for me to memorize my own, and that's just because I was with it the whole time. Luckily, that one's pretty simple. That one's there's not a lot of words going on there. So but it's a little tougher. But I ended up doing the song and the finished track because it felt comfortable, so that aspect of it wasn't weird at all. It was felt natural to me.
Yeah, just even sort of more of an experiment in the studio that worked out.
Yeah.
So having known each other for so long and each of you writing individual songs, have you ever sort of challenged yourselves to sort of write a song on a similar subject matter? Like, Mike, have you ever said to Patterson, let's write a song about this and see what we come up with?
It's never happened planned out. I mean, I guess Southern Rock Opera to an extent, because that was something that we all kind of brainstormed about for years, riding around in the vans, and touring. And that would be when we got tired of talking about our real lives at that time. That would be something we would talk about a lot, and so that kind of led to, But other than that record, it's anytime there's been the thematic collisions, it's been really unplanned and kind of a nice surprise. This record in particular, it's almost like we sat down and drew a blueprint of the way the songs interlock, because it's every other song's his song, my song, back and forth, and they interlock like there was this master plan, and it was completely, no one was more surprised than us when we got together and realized our songs did that at this time.
That's cool. Did that affect the sequencing then at all?
I mean, it just kind of was an obvious sequence. It just kind of almost sequenced itself.
Yeah, when we had enough songs each to do it back and forth like that, and that's how our show is.
Yep.
So,
I think it's how every record should be.
Yeah, once we decided to do it that way, it just sequenced itself. Really, it fell into place.
Very cool. Drive-By Truckers here. Patterson Hood, Mike Cooley, the Drive-By Truckers. The new album is English Oceans, and playing tonight with Shovels and Rope. It's Showbox Soto. How about a couple more songs?
Okay.
That's great.
2, 3, 4. First day of autumn, up popcorn, heavy hairspray, nylon pantyhose. Please stand and bow your heads and pray you don't get old. The nurture and the admonition of your kind. Rules of only strong survive. Cross-shaped swimming pools down in the blood and lifted up, forever seeking favor from the light. Schoolhouse hallway like a prairie highway sprawls. Drop-off spins away the sun. If the getting there just proves it's nothing but a ball, pray the horizon never comes. Hearts of the daughters of the men, won by the softness of the sons of women's hands. To leave it up to love would leave it left to chance. Memory only shows the promise beauty broke, the beauty ageless in its time. Light attracts the same, you glance away and the glory fades, and being on your arm has lost its shine. Schoolhouse hallway like a prairie highway sprawl. Drop-off spins away the sun. Like eyes that once could cut through candle power on autumn nights. First day of autumn leaves me numb.
At his first air of Autumn, Mike Cooley, Patterson Hood, Drive-By Truckers live on KEXP, the afternoon show. You can find that on the new album, English Oceans.
This last one we're going to do is was inspired by a book by a writer lives outside of Portland named Willie Vlautin, and he writes great books, and I'm a really big fan. He's also in the band Richmond Fontaine, which is just fantastic. But his latest book's called The Free, and there's a character in it. And she's a nurse, and her name's Pauline Hawkins, and that's the name of this song. So this goes out to Willie out there.
beautiful acoustic version of the song, Pauline Hawkins. It's Patterson Hood, Mike Cooley, Drive By Truckers, live on the afternoon show, sounding fantastic. Thank you so much, guys.
Hey, thank you so much. We'll see y'all tonight.
Yeah, appreciate you stopping by. It's great to have you back, too. And playing tonight at Showbox Soto, along with Shovels and Rope. And if you're listening in Portland tomorrow night down there at the Roseland Theater. I want to thank Scott, Jim, and Justin on video. We'll have video of this performance up in a couple days. And also Kevin Suggs on sound and Matt for running the board. It's the afternoon show on KEXP.